All right, I'm uh, today. I have sorry about my voice. I sound like a robot. Um, Rachel, can we exit those questions we had?
Yeah. So hey, Jeff.
What is up? How are you, Rachel?
For everyone else who's on the call, we met with Jeff about a week and a half ago when he was here for Super Saturday, and he gave us just some ideas and tips on how to really work the business. Mostly just contacting 5 people a day, getting those conversations going, increasing your friends list, and that type of thing. So since we have been doing that, I think one of the things that we would like to discuss is overcoming objections, basically price objections. You know, a lot of people on my team are having, or me and one of their coaches really have been doing it, a lot of good conversations, and then we get to challenge back, and then we lose them.
Okay, great question. First of all, okay, it's echoing on my end too. All right, let me see. There we go. Okay, we're good. Can you guys all hear me okay? Okay, great question, Rachel. I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I have to say hello to everybody first. Is that okay? You threw me off, James, a little bit when it was all hiccuping. I'm like trying to, kind of listen in. I'm like, okay, where we go? I like it. We can kind of rap a little robot style or something like that. But anyway, Anthony, good to see you again, bud. Mr. Beach Bod. Nicole, how are you doing? Good to see you. Becky, good to see you too. Rachel, as always, and it looks like we got 2 people calling in. So great to see you guys. You guys look awesome, wherever you guys are at. But anyway, I'm honored to be with you guys. And Rachel, James, I appreciate you guys allowing me to come on board and say hi to you guys. I'm a big believer in value. Time is money, and time is value. And I say that to you not only for this call in particular, but also I want you to relay that to your time in your coaches. So time is money, time is value. When you have coaches, when you're planning your day, execute it to the fullest so there's pure value in that day. When coaches want your time, I want you to always say to yourself, what value is this to me? What value is this to them? What value is this to moving my business forward? Okay, huge. Because as we all know, we all get distracted. We're all busy. We all have excuses. And we need to eliminate those out of our vocabulary. How many of you guys listen to the National Wake Up Calls to some of our top coaches, okay? When you listen to those, do you feel the power of belief they have in themselves? Okay, do you feel the power of, I don't care what anyone says, I know who I am, I know what I want, and I know where I'm headed? Because that's the power of belief. Every one of you guys need to believe that. And this will stem right into your question, Rachel, that you did ask, okay? So I'm going to bring this home right into your question you asked about overcoming objections. Okay, number one thing the number one thing is belief, okay? I work with a lot of different coaches. As you guys know in this business, there's coaches in all different categories in this business. There's those that are very fitness-driven. Fitness-oriented is everything to them, okay? That's a category of coaches. Another one is clean eating. There's a group of people that are all about clean eating, and that's their big why they're with Beachbody. There's another about transformations. They love that feeling of seeing somebody lose some weight or feel prettier or fit into that outfit they haven't been able to fit in for a long time. Okay? There's others that are none of the above. Okay? So think about that and target your audience that resonates with you. Okay, that's the first and foremost in your marketing is target yourself, target specific audiences. And so with that being said, also I want you to think about is in each of these categories, there's equal success, a percentage of equal success in all categories. Okay, and I want you to think about that. It doesn't matter. And the common denominator in them all is belief in themselves, belief that they're going to succeed, and consistency. So we're going to peel those layers back. I'm going to bring it home to the question Rachel had. Okay, belief is everything in this business. You got to take. How many of you guys on this call, of the ones I can see, are new coaches? Okay, Anthony, I know you are. Nicole, how many of you guys are emeralds? Okay, any diamonds? Okay, I know you are. Okay, one thing I want you to think about is is with this business, there's a mindset shift that we need to get into. So I'll talk about that in a minute. So the example I want to share, overcoming objections, okay? With this business, we got to share. We got to share what we're doing. We got to share it with the world. We're told, okay, find your lowest hanging fruit, share it with them. We get it. That's great. Okay. Top coaches, when they start, there's insecurities, there's fears, right? Let's talk about the first 3 fears that we need to overcome. Okay. 3 fears that handicap us from growing our businesses. Okay. First one, how many of you are perfectionists on this call? Perfectionist, anyone? Rachel is, Anthony is, I am. Okay. I don't like to look bad. Okay. And sometimes I don't like to look bad to the point of I won't do things because I know I'll look bad if I do it. We prevent ourselves from being truly us. We need to overcome that fear. It's okay to not be perfect. Okay. We're in an imperfect world. So why should we be perfect in an imperfect world? Be imperfect. It's okay. It's okay to be normal. 1. Okay. The second fear is, how many of you guys face the fear of rejection or what people think of you? Okay. Another one. See, there's another fear. Okay. All of a sudden you join Beachbody, right, Anthony? And all of a sudden you're like, I posted probably once a month or once every 2 weeks, and now I got to post every day. That's not normal. People are going to think I'm weird. I'm not a social media kind of guy. You want to know something? It is hard. You're transitioning into something completely new. A lot of people are going to question you like, oh, what's all this fitness stuff? Or what's all this? Or why are you posting this? Let them question. You're creating a buzz with it. But what's going to happen is they're going to come around and respect you for what you're doing. There's going to be pure respect for what you are doing. And those that truly are friends and truly want to follow you will stick around. And you'll get even more loyalty, more respect, and your following is going to become tenfold, if not hundredfold. Okay, so fear of failure, fear of rejection, and the third one I'm going to give you, 90% of coaches have this fear. It's fear of the potential within yourself. Going back to what I said earlier, how many of you guys believe that you deserve to have $500 weekly or $1,000 weekly? Okay, do you honestly believe it? Okay, there's an example of a coach I want to share with you. Okay, she, when I started meeting with her, she said, hey, I want to hit this goal of mine. She was a 1-star diamond coach and she wanted to be 5-star. Well, great, hit it. And then this was January. In February, she said, I want to hit success. I want to hit this goal because the top 100 people get a call with Carl. So she ended up going, Jeff, I want to hit it. I go, okay, go for it. So she hits it. And I met her and I was like, what makes her amazing? She was kind of soft-spoken. She didn't carry herself with, you know how some people just fit a mold and you just think they're the mate. Like she just did, she was kind of average in a lot of ways. And I kept wondering what makes her successful. I just want to know why she's a leader and why people would follow her. As I got to know her, I finally found her story. You know, her husband is deployed. She's pregnant. She had 2 kids at home. I get it, and I was like, that's a great story. Okay. The next month was another challenge by corporate. She goes, I want that challenge. I'm like, okay, go for it. She hit that challenge again. And then she says, I want to hit 5-star by the Success Club trip. And I challenged her and I said, I don't think you're going to hit it. And she goes, what do you mean? I go, I don't think you're going to hit it. She goes, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm going to hit it because I want to hit it. And I know I can. Okay. As I got to know her, 2 things stuck out. One is her why was deeper than she even shared. Not only is her husband deployed, she's pregnant, she has 2 kids at home, but her sibling passed away a year ago. Her brother and sister and mother fell into depression, couldn't hold jobs, couldn't financially support themselves. So they moved in with her. She's caring for her, not her immediate family and her mother now. Okay, her why just got deeper. She needs the income of this opportunity to support not only her family, her siblings and mom. Her why was powerful enough where she would do anything to hit it. That's one. The second one, every time I talked to her on a phone call, it was hilarious. She would be like, I'd be talking, we'd talk about goals, and then her mom jumps on. Did I ever tell you how great and amazing my daughter is? Let me tell you. I'm all, got it. I'm sure she's great. Thank you. I'm sure she's a great person. And then our next call, we're talking and she interrupts us. Oh my gosh, I got to tell you what my daughter did. She's amazing. Let me tell you. She tells me how great her daughter is. So what I learned from that is she had a Jiminy Cricket sitting on her shoulder telling her how amazing she is every single day. Not only was that Jiminy Cricket telling her how great she was, she believed it herself. She believed she deserved to be a 5-star diamond coach. And guess what? She became a 5-star diamond coach. It really comes down to that simple, a belief. Right now, some of you guys are newer. There's a lot of insecurities. What if somebody says this? Or what if they say this? Or how do I handle this? I don't even know if I agree on it. I mean, Anthony, I'm sure size is your favorite workout, huh? I just believe it. I just can see it right now. I know deep down you just want to die. I know you do it when the cameras are off, but you just want to do size. But I mean, I say that because there's great products here and you got to believe in what we offer. And that's why we believe in being a product of the product, because it's powerful in your presenting of who you are. Now I'm overcoming objections. Okay. Our most critical is inviting people. We got to invite people. How do we do it? How do we increase our retention? How do we increase our success and probability? Okay. First question I have for you is, how many times does it take for how many touch points does somebody need before they say yes to an opportunity, just in general? I know you're muted, so hold up number. 3 for Becky, 5 Anthony, James 7, Nicole. Hey, James is correct. Okay, 7 touch points. Okay, think about this. Look at the magic and power of how our model is set up. Say you invite somebody to the coaching opportunity, they say no. Don't put the tail between your legs, walk away sad, disappointed, and be like, I suck at this. Okay, that's 1 touch point. Now, the power of your posts. They're going to see, now you just invite them to an opportunity. Now you're on their radar. Now they're going to be like, okay, I got to see what Becky's doing. What is Becky up to now? She just invited me to this opportunity. I said no because what does a no mean? A no is a not yet. They don't have enough information to make a decision. So they say no because it's an easy out. We all say it. I'll tell you right now, if you presented me with anything, I always say no first. Then I research. I always research, do my due diligence. Then I come back on my own terms to say yes. I'm a stubborn guy. I would be horrible for you, every one of you guys. Okay. But you think about it, 7 touch points. So 1, you ask them, they say no. All of a sudden, they're going to go on Facebook. They're going to see your post. Okay. They're going to see your post. And then they're going to see another post because you're posting a lot, right? You're posting a lot. They're going to see another post. Now, Beachbody also supplements with infomercials. You just introduced them to join a challenge group about P90X or 21 Day Fix or Body Beast. Now they're seeing an infomercial about it. There's 4. They see another infomercial. They see another post. You invite them a second time, they say yes. Their fortune is in the follow-up, okay? You asked them once, they said no. All this happened, you invite them again, they say yes. Fortune in the follow-up. Create a strategy to follow up. Very, very powerful, okay? There's I was in Indiana meeting with some coaches, and there were 4 coaches sitting together. 3 of the coaches have been coaches for over 3 or 4 years, an Emerald coach, well, all of them, a little frustrated, wanted their businesses to really take off, right? And the 4th coach that was sitting with us was a newer coach, already a 1-star, 3-star qualifying. We're sitting there, and one of the older coaches that's been around for over 3 years said, I said to them, what kind of your time is the money, or time is the value, what is it that you want to make sure we talk about on this call, or in this meeting, excuse me? And they said, overcoming objections, just like Rachel did. Okay, the other ones unanimously said, absolutely, help us. The one coach said, I never get objections. All of their jaws dropped. And this is why. She said, when I first became a coach, I wanted to know about my products. I sat down and said, what are all the concerns that I'm going to get asked, or what are the questions I'm going to be asked? I want to have answers for everything. So she researched cost, ingredients for Shakeology, our workouts compared to other workouts. So she had all of her answers. So she was ready. She was like, bring on the concerns. She wasn't getting any. And this is why. She subconsciously answered the concerns before they became concerns. Okay, and we're going to use a couple examples of what that means. So she gets yeses, not yet, maybes, let's talk at a later date are her answers. Okay, and she's signing up coaches like crazy. So here's an example. Okay, Nicole, say for example, I want to introduce Shakeology to you, and cost is a big issue, right? Okay, here's the situation. You and I are friends. You live in a trailer home. You have 5 kids. Are you married, Nicole? Your spouse just got laid off because of an injury. You're working a part-time job to cover your family. Okay, you're getting by, but it's tight. We're friends. I know Shakeology would be the best thing for you. Okay, and so I need to figure out how to get her to say yes. So the other thing about Nicole is she loves coffee. Not only just any coffee, she loves not any coffee. She loves, she's kind of a coffee snob. It has to be a Starbucks coffee. So even though Nicole is tight with money, she to and from and at work, she gets 3 cups of Starbucks coffee a day. You can already see where we're going to offset it, right? So when I talk to Nicole, I'm going to say, hey, Nicole, good to see you again. You know I'm a part of this company called Beachbody. And you're like, yes, I see all your posts on Facebook. And own it. Say, you're right. I'm glad you noticed. Of course they noticed. You're on there everywhere. And say, you know, I take this shake and it's fantastic. I would love for you to try it. I think it would benefit your health and your family. And you already know the first thing she's going to say is money, right? But before she says that, I'm going to say, when I first was introduced to Shakeology, I was wondering how I was going to be able to afford it. And so what I did, Nicole, you know that you and I love coffee. I still need my coffee fix every morning. But I decided to knock out the other 2 coffees. Okay, that's about $3 a cup. That's $6 a day, 6 times 30 in a month. That's $180. I just took away from my coffee, put it into the Shakeology, offset that cost. Now I get the Shakeology. It's fantastic and it's changing my life, but I also get my coffee fix. Nicole, I'd love for you to try the Shakeology. What do you say? You see, so I gave her a resolve to a concern I knew she would have prior to her asking. Okay, there's an example. Another example, Becky or Catherine, welcome. Welcome, Catherine and other Ramos and Ramos. I'll just go by last names. I'm assuming you guys are married. Maybe your brother and sister. Maybe your cousins. I don't know. Good to see you guys. Oh, look at that. That opened a can of worms, I know. Okay, so another example. Okay, I'm going to go to Becky here. Becky, you're a know-it-all. You're a nutritionalist. You know everything about ingredients, okay? You know everything about everything, okay? There's nothing you haven't seen or you know. You and I are friends, and I know you have a shake that's your favorite. It's your favorite shake. But I want you to take my shake. But I'm intimidated and scared to approach you because I know you know so much about stuff, probably more than I do. So this is how we're going to do it. It's going to be like, hey, Becky, you know I'm a part of this company called Beachbody. And once again, Becky's going to go, oh, yeah, see all your posts. You know, and I'm going to say, and we also take this shake called Shakeology. And Becky's going to go, oh, yeah, I've researched all about your Shakeology. And I'm going to say, Becky, what did you like about the Shakeology that you researched about? And Becky's going to say, hey, I love that it has this in it. But she has another shake she's taking, and I know that. So I want to catch her before she does it and say, hey, Becky, you have a shake that you love. And Becky's going to go, absolutely. What is it about your shake you like? Most likely there's going to be common ingredients that we both share in common. So Becky's going to go, I love that my shake has plant-based proteins in it because it's healthy and it's good for my body and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to go, Becky, you want to know something? My shake has the same, Shakeology has the exact same thing in it. For 10 minutes, you're going to go off about plant-based proteins on how important they are to the body. We just built on what? Common ground. We took down our filters. Becky's waiting for me to invite her and say, hey, you need to take my shake. My shake's better. So I know she's going to ask for that and want that, but I'm not going to give it to her. I'm going to build on common ground. We're going to talk about how great plant-based proteins are, how great our shakes are. And then I'm going to end it saying, I love Shakeology because, or it's changed my life because ... And then end. Give her a hug, shake her hand, say, hey, this was great. I love the educational discussion we had. Let's do this again. Have a great day, Becky. You're going to walk away, and Becky's going to sit there and go, you were supposed to bug me and tell me how your shake was better than mine. But I didn't do it. So now Becky, Miss Nutritionalist, is going to go, she walked away with confidence. She has a peace of mind. She's proud of what she believes in. And now I'm going to follow her on Facebook. Now you're going to see how great her life is. She's attending the summit in Nashville. She got invited to this great trip. She was at this great meeting with a bunch of great nutritionalists and healthy people. You're going to want that life. And now Becky's going to go, maybe what she has is better than what I have. Her pride will keep her from coming immediate because she's a smart person. Eventually she'll come around and call me up and say, hey, you want to know something? I really want to know more about what you're doing. You're healthier and happier than you've ever been. I want to know what the secret is. I want that life. You see what I'm saying? So there's 2 examples of how to overcome objections. Okay, overcome it before it becomes a concern. Okay, and another thing is I was reading a book called Power of the Mind. It's the mindset. Okay, back in the 80s or 70s, what was the typical marketing approach or sales approach? It was the used car salesman, right? The cheeseball used car salesman. We all make fun of it now, but our society fell for it in the 70s. That's how dumb we were. No, just kidding. We fell for that approach. In the 80s and 90s, what was it? It was slogans. It was the just do it. You got to have it. We fell for slogans. They were catchy. They were cool. We want that. Then we got too smart for slogans. Now it's just the symbols. You see a symbol of your favorite car. You see the, like Nike. If I see the swoosh, I don't need to see Nike. I'm too smart for that. I just need to see the swoosh and I know what I want. Okay. Society now, we moved into another generation. Marketing now is a power of the mind. We need to position ourselves in the minds of those that already know what they want. Okay. We all have phones. Like Becky, when we were talking, she's a nutritionalist. She knows everything about everything. Why? She has a cell phone, a Google. She can search anything. People already know what they want. So we have to plant in their head how much they need and want what we have. Okay. And the power is through oversimplification. Because our society is too smart now, oversimplification is the power and the key. This book that I read talks about oversimplification. That's why social media is so powerful nowadays. I see a picture. I see Rachel sitting in a car listening to me. I already know what she's thinking, what she wants, and everything because I'm smart. When you see a post with a word and all of a sudden it says Rachel made an additional $500 this week by being a part of this opportunity, I'm going to watch that, be a cynic, be skeptic, but in the back of my head, I'm going to be like, I kind of want that. I want that, what she has. Okay? So people need to make their own choices. We're just trying to direct them and plant in their head what the decision already is. So I challenge every one of you guys to think about that. When you talk to people, strategize a little bit, plan it, but believe in what you stand for. The more you own it, the more you believe it, the more others will believe and own it as well. And that's really the power. Don't get caught up in discussions about trying to beat out somebody else's shake. Don't get into discussions about how this opportunity is better than theirs, which it is, but prove it. Be a product of the product. Prove it for them. You know, Anthony, walk around without your shirt on everywhere you go and they're going to say, how do you do that? Say, I do Body Beast. What's that? It's a home workout. Are you kidding me? There was a coach at the airport. My neighbor knows that I work for Beachbody. And all of a sudden I get this random this Facebook message from some coach I don't even know saying, hey, Jeff, your neighbor, Anthony, just ran up to me at the airport. He saw my Beachbody clothes and said, oh, my neighbor works for Beachbody. And so they started talking. He became a coach and signed up. Okay. All because he was wearing Beachbody and I was a connection to him. I'm corporate, so I can't take him. So I don't really care if that coach got him because I can't even have coaches anyway. But what I'm saying is look at how full circle it all went. I went to Nashville 4 months before we were there for Summit. Okay. I used my credit card at a hotel. They saw Beachbody across. They said, oh, in 4 months, we're ready for you guys. We have 75% of our rooms set aside just for you guys. I went to a restaurant and they said, we double staffed for that week you guys are here because we know how many Beachbody people are coming here. This is 4 months before in a random city, Nashville. Okay. There's power in this. When you go around and meet people and they say they've tried P90X or they can find a cheaper way to get it, you just smile and say, I'm a coach, I'm a distributor, you buy the product through me, and I've got a support system to help you achieve and get the results that you want. So always offset everything that they come at you with, okay, with a positive, and then you'll win. And never force feed people. They may say no, they may walk away, and allow them to. Walk away with a smile or a smirk and say, I've got them. Fortune in the follow-up. Always come back and follow up with them and say, hey, you know, we talked before about this opportunity. I just wanted to see if you've had a chance to think about it. And the thing you know is they saw your posts, they've seen infomercials, they've talked around, they probably researched it, but they don't want you to know that. And they may say, oh, not right now. Or they may say, you know, it looks pretty cool. How can I get this for cheaper? How can I get this for cheaper? And that's when you come in and say, hey, these challenge packs are the way to go. Jump in this group and you're going to get the exact results you want, you know, and help them achieve it. Anyway, sorry, I went a little long on that one, Rachel. You probably had more questions.
And one other question no, thank you. That was helpful. One other question that we had was, when we're forming people, we're getting to know random people that we've never known before. I know James and I have struggled with this, and it probably comes down to the fear of we want people to like us. Yep. But so we get to know them, they get to know me. How do you lead from that, the form, and bridge to the opportunity, whether that's coaching or whether that's a challenge group? Because I'm always afraid of they're going to think I friended them just to sell them something.
Yeah, well, you did. Yeah. No, just kidding. It all falls into a couple elements. One is trust. I call it BRT, build relationship of trust. Okay? When you build a relationship of trust, it can be just in a smile and a handshake. James, Rachel, Anthony, how long have I known you guys? Okay, James, I sat down, and Rachel, I sat down with Anthony. I met you once, right? At one event. I trusted you right away. I thought you were a cool guy. I liked meeting your wife. You were great people. I walked away thinking I could totally hang with them. His wife's an awesome lady, good people. I would trust you because of how you presented to me and how we connected, okay? Build a relationship of trust can happen immediate. It can be one smile, one handshake. Don't try too hard. The harder you try, the worse you're going to be. Be natural, be raw, be organic, be you, okay? Anthony doesn't talk much. He did not say much when we met, but he's a great guy. And I knew that through how he treated his wife, how he carried himself, and the kind of person he was. And I'll flip the switch to James. See, James, Rachel, I was around you guys a lot, and I gained a lot of respect in you guys, a lot, because I was around you guys a lot, and I had the chance to get to know you guys and who you are. But when you're offering the opportunity, you sometimes don't have that kind of opportunity to be around people that much. Okay, so I want you to, that's why capitalizing on these events we have is crucial in getting everyone there so you can be around great people. But going back to forming, you're forming an opportunity. When you talk to people, a pure connection, say, Catherine, I'm talking to you, you know, you have a kid with red hair, I have a kid with red hair. Oh my gosh, we got so much in common, let's be friends. We talk about what we have in common. Always build off of what you have in common with people, okay? And then where does every conversation lead? Finances, jobs, spouses, what you want out of life based on the forming and how deep you go in the forming. Say it's simple. Say it's like, hey, I work down the street, and you leave it alone. You come back and say, hey, guess what? I work down the other street. Cool. You already build a connection. You've already are forming. So always remember there's an opportunity in everything. And the perfect lead in or the bridge, like you were asking, Rachel, into the opportunity, it's always there. But the timing is different for everybody. So it's critical to read people, analyze people, and see when their timing's right. For example, the two examples we shared, we went right into it and said, I would love for you to take the Shakeology. Would you like to do it? You know, say somebody says, oh, you're wearing a Beachbody shirt. Oh, you work for Beachbody. That's cool. Who cares if they're a coach, their family's a coach, their brother's a coach, they know about this already, who cares? Still invite them. Say, hey, you want to know something regarding this challenge? We'd love for you to jump on. Would you like to come join? Don't be afraid to invite. Okay, and if they say no right away, just say, hey, you want to know something? It's okay. We'll have one next month as well, so you can think about it, and then follow up with them. Also, you can say, hey, we got this sneak peek into what we do. No pressure, no obligation, but you can actually come into this sneak peek and see what we do every single day. Are you kidding me? I would do anything to have the life of a coach and seeing the real life of what a coach does. Extremely appealing compared to a 40+ hour a week job where they're capped on a salary. Or even professionals. We have a lot of medical professionals that are in this business. Why? For freedom. Not for money, for freedom. Okay? They want to own their own life. So to once again reiterate the answer, forming is simple and an easy process. If you're afraid of people, that's okay. Most of our top coaches are introverts. They've developed into confidence and belief in what they stand for so much that they can talk about it. Most are introverts. They don't like big crowds. They'd rather be home in their PJs on the couch watching a movie. But yet they're killing it, making millions. Think about it. It's because they believe so much in what they're doing and they're willing to put in what it takes. Okay. So with the forming, keep that simple, but bridge it naturally. As the conversation leads, oh my gosh, you got a redhead, I got a redhead. Oh, how do you cover finances? Oh, finances are a struggle right now. My husband had to take 2 jobs, or he hates his job, or I have to go back to work and I want to be home with my kids. There's your opportunity. They are looking for an answer and you have the answer. You go right into saying, oh my gosh, I totally understand. A friend of mine had that same situation and they came and jumped on this opportunity that I'm a part of. It freed up their life. They're able to live at home. Father doesn't have to do that secondary job anymore. And the opportunity is all here. So don't sell, share. Always share, don't sell. That's 1. And 2, you're looking to improve and change lives. Yes, we're making money by doing it, but your focus is changing lives. All of you guys came here looking for a way to be a Mother Teresa, a Gandhi, or somebody to make a difference in other people's lives. And this is your opportunity to do it. It's very appealing. So share why you're here. You know, sometimes you want to cry and have passion and do all that in every call or every conversation. No, it's baby steps, baby steps, baby steps.
So I'm getting, coaches are messaging me some questions. So along that same line, would you recommend forming? Do you have a recommendation for how long that should last? Is that multiple conversations? Do you try to get that done all at once? Or do you just see where the conversation leads and then plug it in there?
Absolutely. It depends on how you connect with the person. Some people connect immediate. See, you guys have met me, James. I'm an immediate connection kind of guy. I meet James. I connect with you. I want to know you. I get everything I can out of James in my few days that I was around him. Okay, that's my personality. Some personalities are very distant. It takes them a little time to warm up. So understand people. So forming, I would put no timestamp on it. I'm a big believer in the one-time immediate, invite in the first approach. Very rarely happens. So don't plan on it. If it happens, great. Most of the time, it's a seed planted for the tree later. So plan on that. That's why following up and staying organized is so powerful. Forming can be 5 minutes, it can be 1 hour, it can be 1 day, it can be 3 weeks, it can be 6 months. Okay, read the people. And an appendage to what I just said is also, have all of you guys taken the color personality test? Okay, do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, Becky has, Anthony doesn't know. Okay, you need to know yourself before you can know others, 1, and then you need to know yourself on how you're going to market yourself and present yourself to others. Okay, the color personality test, there's a free version online, so go Google it, and it breaks down your personality and who you are, and it helps you understand yourself. Okay, and for example, I'll give you an example of what this is. So bottom line is you need to know yourself on how to present yourself, and then also how to work with others and win them over. Okay, the personality test has 4 colors. There's red, blue. Red is motivated by power, leaders. When they walk in a room, they start delegating immediately, and they like to take charge. Most owners and CEOs are red. Blue is motivated by people. They love the sharing. They like the spirit, the feelings. It's like, oh, share me your feelings. How are you doing? They're fulfilled by people. That's a blue. They're sensitive. White is motivated by peace. They're more quiet. They're more methodical. They allow others to take attention. They allow others to be the comedy, but they're still okay. They're just fine. They're usually more methodical in their thinking as well, but they're peacemakers. They're motivated by peace. And then the 4th one is actually a yellow, and that's motivated by fun, impulsiveness, spontaneity. Squirrels, they're always the life of the party. They love joking. Okay, and an example of these 4 personalities, say you're at a party. The white will come in and just sit down. Okay, the red will enter the room, see the white personality sitting there and think, oh, that person needs something to do. So they're going to go over and tell them to go get something in the kitchen or go get this or go get that. A red naturally will just tell them to go do something. No offense to the people, it's just personality and behavior. A yellow will come into the room, go up to the white, and start joking around. But all of a sudden, the yellow's going to get bored because the white's thinking about what to say or doesn't really have a joke, and the yellow's going to be bored and move on to somebody else. No offense, they could still like the person. It's just that's personality. And then a blue will look over and see the white sitting there going, oh, that person needs a friend. They need somebody to talk to. Let me go make sure they're okay and they're having fun. So they're going to go over and see how your feelings are and make sure you're doing okay. Okay, those are the 4 color personalities. Okay, everybody's a blend of them all. So when you take the free version, you get a very limited response. If you pay for it, you get a real in-depth amount of it. In the back office, I believe we have the color personality test as well. Okay, but I challenge every one of you to take it. Know yourself well. Know your coaches on your team, as well as know the prospects that you're approaching. For example, say Becky, say you're a red. You just love to dictate. You love to just tell people what to do. You're a to-do list kind of person. That's just how you are. You love to be in control. Say you have coaches that are white and yellow. Okay. And all of a sudden you're like, I can't relate with these people. I want a to-do list, and the yellow personalities won't be quiet and they just want fun. And the white personality won't help me. Okay. So you need to know people and how to relate with people. It's very powerful in being successful. Okay, so I just want to challenge you all to take on that element of knowing yourself.
Thank you. And I guess in conclusion, what are your suggestions for follow-up? What kind of follow-up systems work? Say a person that you've been talking to and then you gave them the opportunity and then you don't hear back from them. Do you put them on a list and check back in a month, 2 weeks? What do you do in that situation? But just in general, for the people that did say no, when do you go back to them and that type of thing?
Great question, Rachel. I would be very systematic about it. Give them time. Give them time to be around others, research things, see an infomercial. Personally, for me, I'm a big believer in, say 1 week, I hit up 5 people a day and talk about nothing but just getting to know them. That next week, I would actually follow up with the few that were interested. So the next week, I would definitely put it on my to-do list and I would reach out to them. 1 week, look what happens in 1 day in our lives, let alone 1 week. Plenty for a decision to be made, plenty for a decision to change, plenty for research. So for me, 1 week. And I would have a follow-up.
Is that for someone who said no, or for which person is that for?
Great question, Rachel. The follow-up the following week would be the yeses and those more interested. So you're right. The no's, I would put on a list as well. I would do probably in a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Never go longer than a month because you don't want them to forget about you. You want to be on their radar. Right now you talk to them, they're going to follow you on Facebook. What I would do, even if they said no, go on and drip on them. Okay, drip on them. Go on their Facebook and like things and comment saying, hey, cool, look at your kid, that's awesome. Or like things, or, you know, always stay in front of them because they're still going to remember when you invited them. Okay, very powerful. So, yeah, go ahead, Rachel.
What about people that you're just talking to and then they fall off the face of the planet, no response?
If they don't respond, yeah, I would still be consistent. The more consistent you are with people, the better you'll do. Okay, I don't know about you guys, I'm stubborn. If you invited me, I'd say no right away, even if I liked what you had. And then if you followed up with me, I probably would say no again, and I'd have more resolve and reasons to say no. If you stuck with me, I would eventually say yes and buckle, and I'd be your most loyal, best coach you've ever had. Because I'm passionate, but I'm also independent, and I'm stubborn. And I like to make the choice on my own, not because you asked me. Remember how people are. People are human. Okay, and we all deal with different things. Most are looking for belonging and to be a part of a great cause. That's the biggest avenue we have. This cause of what we're trying to accomplish with health is huge. But once again, I would have to make that decision myself. So give people patience. You're impatient because you're building your business, but people want patience to make a decision. So for me, if I gave a no or no answer, I would give them about a month or two and follow up again. And just check in. Hey, just thinking about you. I just drove by where I saw you before, or just want to see how you're doing. Hope everything's going well. Okay, just check in. Show you care. The more you care, the more they want to join, the more they want to follow, the more they trust you. Awesome, guys.
All right. Thank you so much, Jeff, for taking the time with us. And I know we all really appreciate it.
Thanks, Rachel. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you, James. Thanks for being at McDonald's. Appreciate you, man. Go rock your businesses, guys. Have fun. Leave nothing on the table. Go out there and prove the system right. Develop tough skin. Develop a belief in you, yourself, and this opportunity. And have some fun. Don't forget to have a good time. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.